Good morning, good morning. Thank you all so much for coming out today. I know it is a very cold day, so I'm sure you're glad that we decided to move this inside instead of having it outside. As part of our ongoing commitment to transparency, open communication, and dialogue, today we're providing a public safety update for Fort Wayne Fire, Fort Wayne Police Departments, and Three Rivers Ambulance Authority. Public safety continues to be one of our top priorities, and we know that it is very important to the public that we serve and the citizens of Fort Wayne. Being able to meet the needs and residents of our neighborhoods, businesses, and helping to inform you of the safety of the city is very important to us. I value and respect the work that we perform every single day that's happening by our policemen and women, our firemen and women, and by our first responders of TRA, the men and women that assist us there. So we want to make sure that you get an opportunity to hear from them. But before I move forward, I would like to acknowledge council members that are here supporting us, Councilman President Russ Yale, Councilman Jeff Paddock, and standing over here, Councilman Marty Bender. Thank you all for being here with us today and supporting our initiative that we have. You know, as mayor, it's extremely important to us, myself, the city council, that we work to balance the importance of public safety with the needs of the taxpayers' resources that have been entrusted to us. And while that sometimes is not an easy task, it's a task that we don't take lightly and that we make sure we evaluate on a day-to-day basis to make sure that we're keeping our public as safe as we possibly can. And so today you will hear from the leaders of all three of our public safety entities, and they will be able to share with you both the past successes and the future goals that we will look to attain. One of the areas that I am most looking forward to and I want to share with you is our downtown patrol district that will be formed this year. As our city continues to grow, we realize and recognize that we may have outgrown the standard process that we have had over the last centuries of 4 quadrants. And so I'm excited to share with you that we will be bringing on what I like to call our 5th quadrant of protection, and that's making sure that we have a downtown police presence just to help the growth that we've seen. We've invested a lot in our community downtown, and we have a larger presence of individuals living in downtown Fort Wayne. And so it is our belief that now is the time to also look at public safety differently with the growth that we've seen booming throughout our city. We have not been without our challenges in the past year. We've had a lot of things that have given us the opportunity to look at public safety differently, and we are not afraid of addressing those and know that we have more work to do. And so you'll hear that throughout the press conference today. And then, of course, you all are aware that we have made some tremendous differences in our public safety when it relates to EMS services that we provide, specifically the separation of the interlocal agreement with the county commissioners and the city of Fort Wayne. And so we are continuing to evaluate how our EMS services will be provided for the city. We continue to have conversations with the executive director of TRA, who is here with us today and will speak in a moment, making sure that we are doing what is best for our city and that all emergency calls are answered. Let me help you know this. The city of Fort Wayne and its residents can rest assured that we are a safe city, that when you call 911, there will be a response. And that as you walk throughout our community, whether you are in neighborhoods or whether you are downtown, we continue to be a place that is safe, fun, and family friendly. And our focus will always be on making sure that we protect our citizens, that we're saving lives, that we're protecting your property through fire safety. And so in a few moments, you will hear from, in this order, Fire Chief Eric Lahey, Police Chief Scott Caudill, and the Three Rivers Ambulance Authority Executive Director Joel Benz.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'd just like to begin by expressing my gratitude to Mayor Techler and those members of council for their continued support of our vision for an efficient, full-time, and professional fire department. Their commitment helps ensure that we remain dedicated to saving lives, safeguarding the health and welfare of our firefighters, and delivering the highest level of service to our community, all while being accountable to our taxpayers. Looking back at 2024, the men and women of the Fort Wayne Fire Department demonstrated an exceptional level of dedication in serving our community. We responded to over 23,000 emergency calls for service, reflecting a 9% decrease in our overall run volume from when we compare it to 2023. We completed over 103,000 hours of training. We maintained an average response time of less than 5 minutes for our first due engine. We conducted over 450 public education programs that reached over 30,000 of our residents and oversaw the installation of 300 smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. In collaboration with our partners at the Three Rivers Ambulance Authority, we responded to nearly 10,000 EMS calls, with over 300 of those requiring the support of Fort Wayne Fire Department medics aboard TRA ambulances to assist with patient care en route to the hospital. Building on this strong partnership, we also worked together to secure the necessary credentials for Fort Wayne Fire Department personnel to access critical, life-saving, controlled substances, giving our medics even more tools to save lives. Also in the area of EMS, I'd like to highlight the implementation of the Fort Wayne Fire Department Emergency Medical Simulation Vehicle. This innovative resource, combined with the expertise of our EMS training staff, allowed us to complete over 500 hours of training without taking a single apparatus or person out of service. This ensures we maintain both a highly trained workforce and the high standards of emergency response that our citizens expect. As a result of our dedication to that skill development, the Fort Wayne Fire Department proudly reports a 16% true return of spontaneous circulation, or ROSC rate, well above the national average of 9%. This proficiency means that 36 of our citizens are alive today due to the focused efforts of our firefighters. In 2024, the Fort Wayne Fire Department also achieved several significant milestones. We graduated our 96 recruit class, placed 5 new engines into service, began designing a new fire station number 5, secured over $150,000 in grant funding, and completed over 100 training burns at our Dwenger Avenue training facility. Looking ahead to 2025, we will break ground on new Station 5, we'll graduate the 97th recruit class, and work to maintain our staffing level of 370 firefighters. We will negotiate a new contract with the IFF, we'll complete promotional processes for the ranks of lieutenant and captain, order a new engine and ladder truck, and explore new technologies to enhance our emergency response capabilities. None of these accomplishments would be possible without the collective efforts and support of many individuals within city government. I'd like to take a moment and thank all the men and women that we serve alongside with, both in the Fort Wayne Police Department and the Three Rivers Ambulance Authority. All 3 of our agencies have the same goal, to serve and protect, and the Fort Wayne Fire Department is honored to be part of this public safety team. I also want to thank our friends in property management for their invaluable work in the development of our new stations, the neighborhood code employees who assist us with our prevention efforts and provide critical resources during structure fires, the staff in the controller's office for ensuring that we have the financial resources needed to operate effectively, and our colleagues in human resources and risk management who make sure our firefighters' families are well cared for. I also extend my appreciation to the team in City Legal and our mayor and commissioners for holding us accountable to both the rules and the law. Finally, I want to express my sincere gratitude to the men and women of the Fort Wayne Fire Department. Your unwavering dedication is essential to the success of our city. Together, we are stronger, and through your professionalism and commitment, we will continue our relentless pursuit of saving lives and serving our community to the highest standard of emergency response. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Tucker, for your support and the opportunity to lead one of the finest police departments in this country. I want to thank the men and women of the Fort Wayne Police Department for their continued work in making our city safe as possible, and also thank the community for your support and trust. As a recap for 2024 for the Fort Wayne Police Department, our officers responded to over 150,000 calls for service. Our homicide task force once again maintained an exceptional clearance rate of 88%, which is also our 5-year average, and well beyond the national clearance rate of 52% solvability. The Fort Wayne Police Department homicide detectives in 2024 partnered with Trine University to create a university cold case unit, the first university law enforcement partnership of its kind in the state of Indiana. Overall crime decreased 2.8% from 2023 through the end of 2024. The 68th Fort Wayne PD recruit class graduated, and those 18 officers are now on the street. This helped us maintain our authorized strength of 500 officers through 2024. The Fort Wayne PD traffic unit was implemented, and the Riverboat Patrol Unit deployed for the first time in its seasonal patrols of the rivers. The Downtown Bike Patrol Unit saw a seasonal increase, and the Fort Wayne PD also implemented an internship program for college students that are interested in joining law enforcement and pursuing law enforcement careers. Looking ahead to 2025, we will launch our 69th recruit class in February. This will increase our staffing numbers to an authorized strength of 510 officers, in part to a federal COPS grant that we were awarded in 2024. The Downtown Patrol Unit will be expanded, and a downtown patrol district will be established to support the continued growth of our city. The Fort Wayne PD Forensics Unit will be expanded, and the effectiveness of our traffic unit will be evaluated as the program continues through 2025. A new and expanded citizens online reporting system will be implemented through the Fort Wayne PD website. This will increase the number and types of reports available to the community for non-emergency reports. This will also include a phone app to make it more user-friendly for the general public. A Citizens Academy will be implemented, enabling community residents to become more familiar with law enforcement, operations, the procedures and responsibilities of law enforcement agencies. The Public Affairs and Community Relations Unit will expand to enhance relationships with the community and explore community violence intervention programs to reduce crime. The department will continue to explore more ways to use technology to improve operational efficiency in order to reduce and solve crime. And again, we thank everyone for their continued support of our department and our officers.
All right. Good morning. Over the last several years, TRAW has been a front page news story as we've struggled with or faced struggles similar to EMS organizations across the United States. I personally will be glad when we respond to those front page news stories rather than being the front page news story. I would like to say a thank you to the mayor and her team, as well as a group of hardworking, dedicated individuals within the EMS system of TRAW. We've managed to achieve several recent successes. This includes meeting compliance 2 out of the last 3 months. Prior to October, we had not been compliant since September of 2020. So that was a major accomplishment for us. Since moving away from a pure public utility model, TRAW has doubled the number of employees, and we're about 90% staffed. That's the highest level of staffing we've had in many, many years. TRAW is also shifting its focus from just getting an ambulance to a scene quickly to really looking at patient outcomes as an indicator of our success. We are using research and evidence-based outcomes to shift how we respond, and that allows us to ultimately save more lives and align the proper level of care needed to the patient's need. And then finally, TRAW is very close to rolling out a whole blood administration program. This program has significant research showing that it will save lives. New Orleans rolled out a similar program and saw a 35% reduction in homicides, partially due to their implementation of a blood program. Patients will be able to be more quickly stabilized prior to their arrival at the hospital.
Trial will begin administering whole blood on January 28th, so in just a little over a week. And it's just one of several initiatives that we're rolling out that I don't have enough allotted time to get into or highlight, but it really shows that TRA is continuing to evolve to meet the needs of the city of Fort Wayne. So, thank you.
So you can see we stand in one of the safest places that we could possibly be, literally the safest place we could possibly be. And we're in a good place in our city. As we continue to be a strong force, we continue to be a safe community, we have our eye on the prize, and that prize is making sure that every person that comes into the city of Fort Wayne has an opportunity to enjoy our city, knowing that they are safe. Again, we could not have done the things that we've done this last year and the things that we have planned for the future without the partnership of all three of the departments that stand behind me and the support of our city council. So at this time, we would like to ask if there are any questions that you would like to address in the open forum for any member that's standing here. We'll take those now. And if not, we will be around. You have one? Yes, dear.
Yeah, we have one for Chief Caudill. Just addressing the police shootings that I think he experienced last year.
Sure, so each one of those is individualized, and we had, I believe, 8 in 2024, so unfortunately, we've seen an increase not only with our department, but surrounding agencies, also IMPD. So as information becomes available, and as the process of the investigations unfold, then we're allowed to release that information. So we have 3 right now currently that if more information will be forthcoming to release.
And why do you all release some of the body cam footage, but don't release some of them?
So it depends on where it is in the course of the investigation. So we have 2 critical incident body cam videos from 2 previous shootings that are in, for lack of a better term, in the pipeline that are getting ready to be released. So as we work on those and it depends on where they stand as far as criminal cases and so forth. So like last week, the Chartwell shooting that happened where an officer had to intervene, we had to wait for that court case to be resolved. So that'd be one of the ones that's forthcoming. Yeah.
I can assure you when appropriate and as soon as necessary, we will release the information. Transparency is one of the key factors that I've ran on as a city council representative and continue to support as mayor. So we do want to make sure that we're being as forthcoming as we possibly can. At the same time, we recognize that we can't jeopardize a case without having the proper procedures taking place before we expose information. And that's why we continue to share that each one is on a case-by-case basis. All right, any other questions? Awesome. Well, we will be around for individual questions if you would like some independent interviews. But thank you also for coming. And again, please stay warm, stay inside, and protect yourselves as you go out in the elements. Thank you.